breaking news. Jonas Q radio show presents Quartet Live. It's the next phase of Jonas Q interviews and Quartet news. Jonas Q radio show presents Quartet Live. Quartet Live. Quartet Live. Jonas Q radio show presents Quartet Live. Quartet Live. Quartet Live. Jonas Q radio show.
Ross, the host of the Jonas Q Radio Show. And ladies and gentlemen, I am elated and I'm honored. I'm peacock proud to have a living legend on the live with me tonight. Listen, here you are. What I would need you all to do before I bring him on, you all like, share, do this for me. It costs you nothing to share. It costs you nothing, absolutely nothing to share. This living legend has spanned over 70 years in gospel music. So, hey, we're going to give him his due diligence on tonight. Let's bring these numbers up in mass numbers. A living legend, Mr. Huey Williams of the Jackson Southernaires is on live with Jonas Q Ross right here on Q Talk. And again, I'm honored and I'm elated to have him on with me tonight. Without further ado, I'm going to bring this living legend on because I'm going to let him talk a little bit because I'm sure he has a lot of stories and a lot of history for us. And I keep sharing this with you all. We have to do what we have to do to maintain the legacy of our gospel legends. So many of them are going to sleep and going on home to live with Jesus, but we have to do what we have to do to maintain the legacy of our legends, those that have paved the way for us to do what we do. And I won't hold him any longer. Mr. Huey Williams is on tonight with Jonas Q Ross. How are you, Mr. Williams?
I'm great, Jonas. How about yourself?
Man, I'm holding on to Jesus' hand, man. That's all I can do, man. I'm glad to have you on with me tonight. And I thank you for the opportunity to have me sit here and interview with you. I think this is like your first virtual interview. So we're live tonight on YouTube and both of my Facebook channels, also on the True Word Network in Montgomery and Selma, Alabama. So again, I'm elated to have you on TV as well and on this virtual audience. So let's get into it real quick. How does this experience feels for a legend like you, Mr. Huey Williams?
Well, Jonas, it's just it's another blessing that I heard you said you was peacock proud.
Yes, sir.
So am I to be a part of your entertainment tonight and across the country, whoever's reaching, and I'm just blessed.
Yes, sir.
I'm not stressed.
Come on.
And I'm glad I'm not in all of that mess because
God
has pulled me through.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's a nugget right there within itself. Mr. Huey Williams, again, like I shared, your singing span goes over 70 years, and we'll talk about the age a little later on. And the Jackson Southernaires was organized, from what I did my research on, was organized in 1940, and the group didn't get really public notice until 1969. So when did you become a part of the Jackson Southernaires span?
Oh, somewhere in like June of 58, something like that. 57.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Been a minute.
Wow. Did you come in? Go ahead.
I just want to say thank God for the opportunity that I've experienced throughout this ministry, and it's been good, it's been up, it's been down, it's been bad. But through it all, being able to testify and speak, permanent about it.
Right.
Nothing negative. It's all been good.
Right.
It's been good and bad, up and down, but so far, all is well.
That's good. That's good to know.
Yeah.
And you started out. What age did you start out singing, Mr. Williams?
I was about 4, but I didn't even remember when I started. I grew into it when I became a teenager, and Papa William was very interested in gospel singing and quartets.
Right.
And he meant for some of us, his siblings, to really do something for God in singing, because my mother sang in the choir, and he bumped around a little bit with a group called the Southern Four, something like that, back in the day. But He couldn't sing too good, but I bless his heart. I, I thank him for what he instilled in us. You know,
Right,
he
right.
knew singing. He knew how every verse or every word and all the tunes and elevations and all that. But he knew how to do it. But
Right.
he
Well, so
he
the
just gave it to us.
so he built the legacy of the Williams clan. Well, we know that the span of the Williams, you all are talented from all the brothers and the sisters. You all are talented, and you all have birthed another offspring into your children and your grandchildren are following in the steps of the legacy that Pop Williams laid before you all. How does that make you feel to have your children and your grandchildren following in the steps of the legacy of the late great Pop Williams?
I'm just grateful
Right.
because, like, my daughter is my manager and my driver, and my grandbaby, I had her to sing on stage with me a few times,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
she really can sing and in tune, on time. Just she's a little shy, but I'm instilling that into her like Pop did us.
Hmm.
I'm coaching her just a little bit at a time, to where
Right.
I can build up her confidence.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure to come because again, you're molding them into the way of uh, the legacy that Pop Williams laid before you. So let's get into the legacy, into the music of the Jackson Southernaires. I said this morning on the radio, the Jackson Southernaires have a catalog of hits, and you can't just name during my era. I came up in the early came up in the 80s and 90s, and of course the 2000s, but in my span, I remember songs like "Too Late." I remember songs like again "Hard to Stumble." I remember even in Christmas time we had said a little prayer for Christmas. Thank God for my mansion and things of that nature. In your lifespan of singing with the Jackson Southernaires, what is your favorite song from the Jackson Southernaires?
My favorite song. I'm going to say one of my favorites is "Walk Around Heaven,"
Okay,
and
okay.
another is like "All I Need Is in Jesus."
Mm-hmm.
And
Wow.
we went back old school and started back to doing "Jesus Will Provide," and we're also doing "Too Late Again," reviving it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, man, look, what can I say?
A
It's so
catalog of
many,
hits.
it's so many albums. We did like 30 albums with
Mm-hmm.
Malaco.
Right.
Well, 27 or 30 overall, but they picked up the other three. And it's been a struggle, but it has paid off as far as me becoming who I am today and realizing what I was singing about and who I was singing for.
That's right. That's right.
There was a time when I was doing it for whatever,
Mm-hmm. Right.
seen and be heard and to just get paid. But the payday is
Mm-hmm.
coming after a while.
That's right. That's
If
right.
we
That's
if
right.
we if we do the right thing and do it the right way, we don't have to worry about it. God will see us through. And
That's right.
I've never had to suffer for anything, even when Pop was bringing us up. We always had a biscuit.
Okay. Always had y'all heard that he always had a biscuit. But listen here,
Always had a biscuit.
over 30 albums, and one of those albums was nominated for a Grammy Award. And a lot of times people don't talk about the catalog history of the Jackson Southernaires, but you all had a Grammy nomination for the album that was entitled "Thank You, Mama, for Praying for Me."
Thank you,
With you
Mom.
with you being a Mississippi boy from down in deep South Mississippi, how did that make you feel being nominated for a Grammy?
Well, we had won the Stellars twice
Hmm.
and had been kind of, in the mix.
Right.
And I was somewhat nervous, like a little standoffish. I had to look and see all the big guys going up
Hmm.
getting their awards and everything, and we was sitting there waiting. But what's the name? They beat us out at Sunshine. You brought the sunshine into my life
The
about
Clark sister.
the clock, so it's about
Hmm.
1 point.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
about 1 point.
Wow.
And then,
Wow.
but as far as winning the Grammy, we won it.
Yeah.
because through it all, every gospel group that was recorded, produced, and distributed at Malaco, we did it.
Yeah.
So I know we won the Grammy by helping those down through the years that wasn't less fortunate than we are, that we could sing that any better or whatever, but they were at a point of where they needed a helping hand, just somebody
Right.
to just push them on.
Right.
Pilgrim Jubilees, the Violinaires, the
Hmm.
Angelics, the
Right.
Everetters, the Christianaires, the Williams
Wow.
brothers, and all.
Wow.
We brought all of those to Malaco. Even my friends in R&B, legacy that were they were like Johnny Taylor, Little
Yeah.
Milton, Bobby
Yeah.
Bland, Denise
Yeah.
DeSale. All of those were real close friends of mine. Like
Right.
we'd meet up at the studio, they'd be recording one thing and we'd be recording another, but we all was
Together.
related. We
Right.
had a
Right.
relationship.
Right.
And
Right.
I thank God for the experience that I had down through the years with Mr. Frank Williams, my brother, the late Frank Williams, that
Yeah.
originated, organized the Mississippi Mass Choir, and I had a
That's right.
chance to do a couple of tunes or sang. Well, I said tunes, but we called them
Yeah.
tunes. But had the privilege of doing a couple of songs with them, which really did good for the choir and also the
Right.
Southernaires because
They
being up there with
right.
Milton Bingham and all them
Right.
good boys, they
And the collaboration with the Mississippi Mass, I'm sure that was phenomenal too,
right,
because
Florida Mass, and
right,
all
right.
that.
Those collaborations had to be amazing, because my favorite Jackson Southernaires and Mississippi Mass song together is "Thank God for My Mansion," and
Right, right.
it was just that the collaboration of. And I want to be controversial when I say this, but I think the Jackson Southernaires were the first one to do quartet. If there's a such term as quartet, the Jackson Southernaires were the first one to do it. Willie Neal, they give Willie Neal credit for it, but the Jackson Southernaires were the first, because Heavy Load, if I'm not mistaken, had a choir. If I'm not mistaken, had in the vamp of it as
Right. Well,
well.
we were the first one that was able to perform a quartet group in churches with a bass guitar,
Hmm.
drums, and
Right,
keyboard.
right.
They didn't go for that back then.
Hmm.
They didn't want no loud music up in there. And we never did do the loud music anyway. That's
Right,
why we escaped. We got a little escape with a
right.
scapegoat, just for a minute.
Yeah.
And then the follow ups coming and got louder and louder. Then the
Hmm.
choirs come.
Yeah.
And back in that time, choirs wasn't moving, man. They wasn't going nowhere.
Mm-mm.
Sing in church on Sundays and go home.
Yeah.
But
And
now, like they travel all over the world, even out of the U.S. and across the country, everywhere. But I
wow.
just thank God that I was able to be here long enough to see quartet music progress and go
Wow.
into a different stage. To me, it's not quartet. They say
Hmm.
quartet, but we've never been a quartet because we did a
Right.
variety of music that would reach the young, the old, the medium, and then it was,
Right.
it wasn't all about patting on the side of your pants and
Mm.
patting your coat till you beat one side of it out.
Right.
But
Right. Right. So, but your lifespan again is I'm gonna get into it. You shared it at the showcase. 84 years young, and you're still going strong in gospel music. Soon to be 85, if I'm not mistaken. Soon to be
I think
85.
I think I have maybe about 9 more days.
9. Wow.
9 more days. I was counting them till it get up to 15 and I quit. But I think I got about 9 more days before I really be 85. But Jonas, I don't feel it.
Wow.
I
Wow.
don't feel it. God is good. Just He blessed me in so many ways, and I just get up and go do what I want to do, eat what I want to eat. No high
Yeah.
blood pressure, no sugar,
Wow.
okay, no low blood
Wow.
pressure, no
Come
kidney
on.
problems. Just
Come on.
just blessed, man.
Wow. And I
Bless the
want to,
youngsters.
and I shared with Melvin when I interviewed Melvin, whatever's in the Williams blood, whatever y'all drinking, maybe that coon that y'all be eating down there. Maybe I need to
Hey,
start
bro,
eating.
don't do that.
Maybe I need to start eating some coon because y'all guys still look. Uh, you don't look a day of 80 nothing. I'll be bold and say that you don't look a day of 80 nothing. So that shows that God's grace is sufficient and He's a keeper. And the best thing about it, He'll keep you if you want to be kept. So
For
I
real.
I,
Yes, sir.
I just want to. There's no, like you just said, there's no ailments, no nothing. You still get around your day. You cut you a step on the stage here and there, and it just does my heart good to see living legends do what they do. And you still cutting your step when it's time for that warrior.
If I feel it, I cut it. If I don't feel it, now if it come, I got to say I come unglued.
Oh, come on now.
Yeah, I will.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
I
sir.
will.
So again, the span of the legacy of the Jackson Southernaires, and again, those guys that have gone on home to live with Jesus, that have been a great asset to the Jackson Southernaires and your history as well. We know Willie Banks. Willie Banks was a part of the Jackson Southernaires. Roger Bryant, Luther Jennings, and the list goes on that has been a part of the Jackson Southernaires camp.
Frank
Uh,
William, Paul Peters,
Frank
and
Williams, yeah.
Paul, you know,
Uh,
just
uh, uh,
hey,
Reverend Charles E. Polk. I just found that out. I didn't
right.
know Charles Polk was a member of the Jackson Southernaires. Listen here, and that's how you do. And I had to do my research on the Jackson Southernaires. I just had to do research
Well, I
because
see you. I see you. You got your act together, and you know where you're going. So you looked it up. It's all in front of you.
yes, it's definitely in front of me. I got my notes and everything in front of me, and then I in the reading of things. So this how you know that the Jackson Southernaires carry a catalog of hits. Paul Porter just said something in the comments. Huey Williams is incredible. He's known. He knows I'm his biggest fan. That come from Paul Porter. He's a
Already,
legend. Yeah. But
I
listen,
call it PP. PP. Thank
PP.
you. Thank you. Paul Porter. Thank you, brother.
Listen, and I'm just sitting here, just again in my notes with me, typing the notes and writing stuff down. Uh, Listen here, these guys, the Jackson Southernaires, have peaked on Billboard, not just sometimes 1 or 2 weeks, 15 weeks at a time, 32 weeks at a time, and the largest record, Warrior, has been on Billboard for 34 weeks tops. And that says a lot with the catalog of the Jackson Southernaires. You got Warrior, the brothers Dream Alive, The Word and Song, Live and Anointed. Thank you, Mama, for praying for me. Power Pack. Hear our prayers, oh Lord. Lord, we need your blessing. Excuse me. The Greatest Hits Project, the Made in Mississippi Project, are all dynamic projects from the legacy and the catalog of the Jackson Southernaires. Pop, my question to you now is, what insight or what inspiration can you give some inspiring up and coming artists that want to follow in the footsteps of the Jackson Southernaires? What inspiration can you give them?
At this point, I reorganize
Mm-hmm.
with the Jackson Southernaires. I have a new organization because of the pandemic. Some of the guys didn't want to come back out of, you know. But I told the Lord I would go if I had to go by myself, you know. But
Mm-hmm.
these young gentlemen really wanted to come in and be a part of the Southernaires, and all of them sang and played, so it don't take but 4 or 5 of us. We just go do what we got to do. And I know you've seen it on Facebook or what have you, that
Mm-hmm.
we've regrouped, and God is blessing us. And
Right.
if you are sincere in whatever you do, if you go do gospel, be about it, live about it. If you go be R&B, then go in the world and do it. Don't try to bring the church to the street,
Come on.
and you can't bring the street to the church, but you can come as you are,
Mm-hmm.
bring yourself, and then you can influence others that's hanging out. You know what I mean?
Right.
If you're a leader, then be a leader.
Wow.
Show yourself as a leader. Show yourself to be approved in what you're doing. If you're a quartet, be a quartet singer. Try to be the best. If you're in the choir, hey,
Wow.
just go ahead and blast. You know,
Right.
you
Right.
can't hold back on God's program or his promise, because if you're gonna accelerate in the ministry, then when someone see you in the supermarket
Hmm.
and they come up and shake your hand and talk to you and tell you how proud they are, and sometimes they hold your hand so long and talk to you, do you want to pull back? But you know
Right.
they're inspiring. You know, they inspire. They see something in me. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that 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 they ain't seeing in other people in the supermarket. So I just pray along with them. Not to be singing my songs to me. You know, I
Wow.
love this
Wow.
song. All I need was it's hard to stumble. But you know,
Mm-hmm.
they might be close to tune or what have you. But anyway, they know the words, and the words
Wow.
of a song is what really matter.
Right.
We try to write songs, you know, that reach the minds and touch the heart of people and
Right.
give them something to, you know, to live off and feed off of next week. You know,
Right. Well,
it's been a blast, man. It's been a
I
blast.
know I know it has been, and people are posting in the comment section their favorite songs, but I got my gonna give my favorite song. I got two, I got three of my
Oh,
top Jackson Southernaires song. That's
what's the
Lead
other
Me.
one?
Lead Me. You
Okay.
can't that's Lead Me. It's just that Montana that'll forever stick with me. And then you got 24 Hours. It's just my one. It's just that one that I'm waiting on you to just pull back out and start singing again. And then and then I'm waiting on golly, Heavy Load. Heavy Load is just one of my favorite ones. And then people are talking about Don't Look Down on a Man. Again, the catalog of the Jackson Southernaires. Harvey Watkins Jr. is on. He said he love you, Huey. So all of these people are on. Tim Woodson is on as well. Tim Woodson said Don't Look Down on a Man.
I
Again, that's
love
one
you
of my
too,
favorites
Harvey.
too.
You know it.
That's one of
We
my
go.
favorites. Y'all go way back.
Harvey and I go way back to when he was a teenager. So he
Mm.
growed up. He growed up to be a man, the big boy. Yeah. Anyway, the "Don't Look Down on a Man" album stayed in the charts for what is it, 57 weeks, something like that.
I'm looking right
It's,
at it.
it
Yeah,
hung up there for a
it
long
hung up
time.
for a long time. A long
Hung
time.
out there. I mean,
Yeah.
and
And then
you know, as of today, if we get on stage, somebody holler, "Don't look down on a man."
hmm
They want it, and then if we sing it, we get the response as what we did years ago.
yeah,
It's a song of praise that people just really love because it's saying a lot. You know,
it is. It is.
it,
It is.
we got our brothers that's hanging out. Some of them are down and need help, need lifting. You don't look down on them. You reach for them. You know, get up,
Right.
brother. Come on,
Right.
let's get our act together. You know, get your
Right.
act together. Come on, let's go forward.
Right. And then don't look down on them unless you're picking them up. So this
Right,
is just
right. Reach at
this
it.
is
Reach for it.
yeah.
Reach
You
for it.
got to
Come
go
on,
get
get
them.
up.
Yep.
That's it.
Harvard just said something as well. Harvard just said my favorite is Hear Our Prayer. Oh Lord, and Amazing Grace. Good God Almighty. So again, the catalog is just Pop. Do you ever sit back and think about all the songs that you all have done throughout the years? That have you ever just set in your brain, your mind, to say we've done a lot of songs, we cut a lot of records.
I did a song with the Kansas Spiritual on one of the things called "I'm Grateful."
Mm-hmm.
I love it, and Harvey, I love it, and when we together again, if you don't sing it, I'm gonna sing it to you because it's one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite songs. A lot of mornings I get up, I play it. You know,
Wow,
I love it.
wow.
It's just part of me. I'm
Yeah.
grateful.
People are calling out Teddy Bear. I forgot about Teddy Bear. How could I forget about Teddy Bear?
Man,
No
Teddy Bear.
no tears in heaven. Good God Almighty. Good.
I remember Teddy Bear was so hot that we did a concert in Baltimore on a Sunday afternoon, and we had to do a double. It was at least 150 to 200 people standing outside. When we
Wow.
got all of the people that they got out of the building, they turned around, come back in, and almost blocked the ones that were standing out, and they
Wow.
had a little rigmarole out there. Man, you done got in front of me. No, you top in line. I said, oh God, let me ease up back up in this church. But that was Teddy Bear. It was one of the greatest songs that we ever recorded.
Mm-hmm.
And for
Wow.
just a message,
Mm-hmm.
just a message song.
Yeah. And a lot of times you all do carry a lot of message songs. And I can't leave this one out. Miracle is one of my favorites too. That Miracle, oh my God. The I think it was a live version of Miracle, if I'm not
Right?
mistaken.
Did
Ooh,
where Paul Porter go?
I think
He never talked to me unless he said miracle, miracle, miracle. He always got to say something about the miracle, right?
that
And we
Miracle
did
is
a live session over in Bastrop, Louisiana,
mhm,
and then we did the miracle prayer.
wow.
It
And
was
the whole
the
entire
prayer.
Miracle, the prayer and everything is just a phenomenal thing. It's just phenomenal. I promise you, it's phenomenal. And people are still calling out songs. People still calling out songs. Pop, somebody said
Well,
so many.
the songs that they're calling out, if they go on YouTube live, they'll see like the miracle prayer. Don't look down on a man. Hear our prayer.
Yeah,
Most of them are on
yeah,
YouTube, and
yeah,
then Facebook that jump out every week. So
yeah, yeah.
they pretty
Also,
much
all outlets.
on all outlets, Jonah.
Go download it. If y'all, again, I keep sharing with you all, we must do what we have to do to maintain the legacy of the guys that have paved the way for us. Let's go support the music. Let's go get the music, and show them that we love them, even with the music that have paved the way for us. Again, like Too Late, Lead Me, all those songs are still relevant to this day. Don't let it be
For
said too
real,
late. With all this
right?
stuff that's going on in this world today, don't let it be said too late. You better get your house in order before it be said too late. Don't let it be said too late. I'm about to preach and I feel myself getting going
Well,
there,
go
but I
ahead
ain't.
and feel it. I feel it already. We were up in Monticello just Sunday a couple of days ago, and
Mhm.
we had to do just a portion of Too Late, and they wouldn't let me leave the stage. I had to come back and sing some more of it. But
Wow. Wow.
uh, that song and Walk Around Heaven, sometimes it bothers me because it rings a bell inside of me, and I can't. I didn't do like some of the singers. I didn't learn how to sing and cry at the same time.
Mm.
If I go to crying, my words get mixed up.
Get mixed up.
I lose my focus.
Look, look, Tim Woodson said he gonna leave the clouds and join the Southern.
Okay.
Well, listen, and then again, those guys that have paved the way. We can't leave out Roger Bryant because he was a great asset as far as a vocalist in the Jackson Southernaires camp. Uh,
He was a great singer.
Frank Williams, we can't leave him out. He had the Holy Ghost in his pen when he wrote anything. He can rewrite Mary Had a Little Lamb and it still would go over because
Right. Paul
God had,
Peter.
yeah, Paul, all those guys.
One of the singers me and I ever met.
Yeah. Wow.
High, low, whatever, it didn't matter.
Wow.
Roger Brown was the same. Luther Jennings, he was just a standard.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, Pop, I thank you for your time. I want to ask the people, do you have any questions for him before we get out of here? Because we can talk about the catalog of the Jackson Southernaires. Let's talk about you spoke about the new guys. How does it make you feel to have those young guys behind you pushing you into another element of I'm gonna say beyond? How does that
It,
make you feel with those young guys pushing you?
I feel great because they're young and they're Christian mind, young men. They believe in going to church and doing the right thing. You can't find them out of church on Sunday morning. They all play and sing in some of the churches, but to me it's inspiring. It's just inspirational,
That's good.
to have a younger generation of people that really want to look at me as a leader to them, but yet they, in some instance, they're leading me because what they're doing and the way they're playing and singing all together. It's an old Southernaire sound that I can relate to, and
right.
it pushes me forward. Then I go out there, sing a little bit back up, and let them go because
Okay.
they carry the message. They
Wow,
doing it the right way.
that's good. We
Don't
have a
have to
question.
ask them. You ain't got to do a lot of rehearsal. I think we only had about maybe 4 or 5 rehearsals the whole
Wow,
4 or 5 years. It's just
but they together. I promise you that they're definitely together. We have a question. BJ Billy posed a question. He said, Mr. Huey, what it takes to be a professional?
it takes a lot before you get to the stage.
Huh.
Then I promise you, professionals start at home.
Okay.
You got to think right, you got to do right, and then when you get on stage, you got to be right. Otherwise, you'll get booed. You know what they do is a boo y'all. But in being a professional, you live it,
Hmm.
and the people look at you as a professional. When I go to my church, I'm respected as a professional, though I'm just an ordinary citizen like anybody else. I don't think myself any higher, any better, any above anybody or anything. I'm just a member of the church. But they when I get to the church, Mr. Hill, come on, would you sing? I just want to hear it be ministered to. You know,
Right. Right.
I want to hear the preacher. I come just like you. I want to enjoy service.
Right. Right.
And that's that's professional to me. It's
Okay.
just carrying yourself respectable in a respectable way, and doing what you know is right. Most of all, that's if you
All right.
read your Bible somewhere between Genesis and Revelation, I always say you'll find what you're looking for and how to be what you need to be. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's there. It's there.
Look how he just pinned his own that song. You'll find it in the word. Hey, the
It's
answer to your
already
that the
it's in the
answer to your
word.
is in the word.
It's
That's
there.
when you have a catalog of hits, you can do that. Listen here again, Pop. I'm honored again. Thank you for your time, and I won't hold you up because we're already 37 minutes in. And I can talk all night long, but I thank you for the time. Anytime you decide to come back, let's come back. Please, let's
There
come
wasn't
back.
there
Okay.
wasn't in all of the comments. I thank all of the people that have called in and texted in or what have you.
Hmm.
Uh, thank you for your comments and thank you for supporting me. And I thank you, Jonah, most of all,
Bless your
for
heart.
playing
Bless
us.
you.
I listen to you sometimes. I said, go on about your business, boy. You know, and I just appreciate what you're doing for Quartet Legacies. You
Yes, sir.
know,
Yes, sir.
for the groups that have paved the way and still paving the way
Yeah. Yeah.
because God is still blessing us
Yeah.
to be a minister
Yeah.
and to minister to the younger generation. And I think that's why my young group, my boys, the younger generation, just they respect me because they know I'm trying to do it the right way, and they trying to do it the right way. So
That's right.
we just
That's right.
come together as one. I ain't gonna hold you no longer.
You good. I got one. I got maybe one or two more questions. If they want to book the Jackson Southernaires, and I know that's very vital. The Jackson Southernaires are still working to this date. They are still working to this date. I just saw somebody say they'll be in Ohio October 4th. So they are working to this date. Listen here. If they want to book the Jackson Southernaires, how can they go about booking the Jackson Southernaires?
Call 601-600-6736.
Give it to us one more time.
601-600-6736. And that's my manager, my daughter. And I promise you, if you don't get her, you get me.
You're gonna get something out of it as far as booking the
You'll get
Jackson
somebody.
Southernaires.
In
Yeah.
other words, I don't have no secrets, no hang up. 769-204-5859.
One more time. Give them to me one more time.
769
Mm-hmm.
204-5859. Huey Williams. Anytime between 8 in the morning and 7 at night.
All right.
8 o'clock, you might not get me because I might be, the little boy said, I might be naughty.
Okay. And they can follow you on Facebook as well. And
Right. Right.
on Jackson Southernaires. Just follow Jackson Southernaires on all social media platforms. Are you on Instagram and things of that nature? Has she opened
Yes, sir.
Instagram up
Yes,
for you?
sir.
Okay, so
Jackson
all those.
Southern put up Jackson Southernaires on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and then that way they'll know how to book us anyway.
That's
So
right. That's right.
it's there. It's there.
That's right. Again, I thank you for your time. I thank you for this opportunity. Listen here, y'all. Again, the Jackson Southernaires are still vital to the gospel music industry, and they will bless your house. I was privileged to be with them at the Ecclesia Showcase, and I think I was somewhere else. I was in Jackson, Mississippi with them about a month or two ago, and I promise you, they blessed us in a mighty, mighty way with oldies but goodies. But listen, you can never doubt or put to sleep the oldies but goodies. And I share with people. I shared for like 2 weeks now, Pop. I've been sharing with them about the 60-year run of My Girl from the Temptations. If the world can uphold a 60-year song like My Girl with the Temptations, why can't we do this for the Jackson Southernaires? Why we can't do it for the Pilgrim Jubilees? We're a quartet. We're stronger together, y'all. And we say this all the time. We're stronger together. Why can't we do it for our living legends? Why does the Caravan's music have to be put to sleep? Why does the Fairfield 4 music have to be put to sleep? If we say we love quartet music and traditional music, don't let it die. Don't let it die, because these guys have paved the way for us to do what we do, and it's very key that I'm going to do my part to keep it going and to keep the legacy of our legends, especially the living legends, even the ones that have gone on home to live with Jesus, to keep them afloat and to keep the music going.
Well, Jonah, the people that have gone on that we have sang to down through the years, they keep the legacy going because they have loved ones and
Mm-hmm.
friends and family that was a part of the Southernaires coming up, and
Right.
it's amazing how we go from place to place and meet people that have played our records, that have sang our songs, that have choirs and stuff that sung our songs and took us in their homes and their churches and the church choirs and stuff. And we get there, and then they say, "Well, Mr. Williams, can we sing this song with you, the choir?" I said, "Oh man, look here, come on, yes sir, yes ma'am." It's a blessing. It's
Yeah.
to be
Yeah.
able to conversate and just mingle with people
Right.
that have loved us and kept us, who made us who we are and kept us where we are today.
Right.
I'm
And
grateful.
it's a blessing again to see a legend, living legend like yourself, to be approachable. A lot of folk get a biscuit above breakfast and they don't want nobody talking to them. They won't come out, but it's a blessing to see you to be approachable and to be able to talk to young and old quartet music lovers alike, to say, well, hey, the Jackson Southernaires still going and we're still here to stay. We're here to stay.
You said it, they get above breakfast.
A biscuit above breakfast, and
A biscuit above breakfast.
yeah.
And did you hear what I just said? I just said that, and I'm grateful. Harvard, did you hear that? I'm grateful.
24 hours of the day, huh? Good God
Yes,
Almighty.
over and over, day after day.
Come
Keep
on, come
making
on,
away.
come
Keep
on,
on
Papa.
making away.
Now, what I'm going to do, I'm gonna put you on the spot just for a phrase of a song, just for a phrase. Give us "Amazing Grace," and we're gonna close out.
We did several segments of that song.
Mm-hmm.
Which one you talking about?
Just do the traditional "Amazing Grace" when we do in our Baptist church. They say the hymn of the church. I ain't never known it to be the hymn of the church,
Well,
but you know.
amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. Oh, can I start right there?
You fine. You good.
I was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. I'm
Good
looking
God
right at you,
Almighty.
John. I see.
Good God Almighty. Good God Almighty. Listen here, y'all. That's 84 years of legacy right there. That's the legendary gentleman. I'm gonna say it. The legendary gentleman, Mr. Huey Williams of the Jackson Southernaires. Again, Pop, I thank you for your time. And again, when you ever decide to come back, you can always come back to Q Talk with Jonas Q Ross and come on out and hang with me. And yeah, again, that was good to me. That was good.
It's been a blessing, man. And
All right.
I'm gonna give you
Ladies and
thumbs
gentlemen,
up.
we're gonna close out today with Power from the Jackson Southernaires with the living legend, Mr. Huey Williams, on lead vocals on this one. Again, this is Power, taken from the Power Live album. Much love to y'all. May the Lord God bless you. May He keep you, and may His grace and His peace abide with you all daily. Much love to you, and I'll see you real soon.
It's been a blessing. Thank you. And God bless.